We're at the 2021 NPC Wheelchair Nationals, and I'm here with your new IFBB Pro wheelchair athlete, Abraham. Congratulations. How does it feel being the overall champion in the incomplete category?
Man, it feels surreal. I have to literally pinch myself right now. It honestly feels very overwhelming and very humbling. It's a very humbling experience. I feel like everybody that showed up today is a champion. And I raised their hands up in the air because I honestly, it's not that I felt undeserving, but I felt that everybody, deep down in the bottom of my heart, everybody was a champion on stage today. And I felt very overwhelmed. It was my first time on stage, but it was a very surreal moment for me. But I'm very thankful for the whole experience. I'm thankful for the whole journey and everybody that was a part of it.
Being the new IFBB Pro, so when you were on stage and they announced that you are the overall winner, how did you feel?
Man, I just came overwhelmed with emotions. I wanted to cry. I was in disbelief. I mean, like, I was in shock, you know? And I was like, is this, you know, I didn't know how to react, you know, just plain simple. And then I look up and they're calling me. They're like, hey, you know, just come here. And I'm like, you know, it's me. And I'm like, holy crap.
Many people may not know what happened while you're in the wheelchair. So briefly, what happened? Why are you in the wheelchair?
In 2015, I was involved in a car accident. I was heading back to my friend's house where I had left my car there. We went bowling for a guy's night out, and as we were driving home, we got struck rear-ended on the freeway. Car rolled off, you know, tumbled, and I whiplashed. I fractured my spinal cord. I woke up in a hospital and I was paralyzed. So that's when my whole journey started.
After all this stuff happened to you, what is it that what is your mindset that you keep such a positive attitude?
I bring all of my emotions. I bring all of my pain. I bring all of my suffering. I bring it with me every single day when I step into the gym. I bring all that with me, and I let all that pour out. I let all that pour out into the gym. And I let all that drive me and push me and tell me, do you really want this? Do you really want this? Do you deserve this? Has all that pain, has all that suffering that you went through, has it all been in vain? And that's what drives me. That's what pushes me. And then when I'm doing my cardio, I let all that sink in and I let that drive me. And I think it over and over and over and over again. That's what drives me.
So I see your family's here. Is there anybody besides your wife and your family, is there anybody else you want to, shout out to that for your support?
Yeah, I mean, first of all and first most, I mean, I'll glory to God because it's only thanks to Him that that I'm here and I'm alive and able to do this. And everybody that's been a part of this journey, everybody, my wife, that she does my meal preps and she gets up in the morning earlier, like even before I do. I get up at 3:45, so she gets 15 to 30 minutes earlier than I do. My mom, my sisters, my dad, my coach, my prep coach, Lindsay. Everybody at the gym that helps me out. I try to do everything on my own as best as I can, but all my buddies at the gym, they know who they are, and I try to give myself no credit. All the credit goes to all of them, everybody, and even the people that I'm leaving out, that they know who they are. My boss at work, that he supports me 100%. Everyone that's been a part of my journey.
Abraham, you look phenomenal, and congratulations, and welcome to the IFBB Professional League family. All right, we're at the 2021 NPC Wheelchair Nationals, and I am here with one of your new IFBB Pro wheelchair athletes, Dillon. So how do you feel, man?
I feel excellent. It's been 4 years in the process now. I did 3 years before. coming up short just a little bit, but this year I worked as hard as I could, put in all the effort I could, and I achieved my goal. So I'm ecstatic. I've had the first year my family's with me, so it's nice to see everyone watch me, and it's just it's an amazing feeling.
I've seen Dillon compete over the years, and Dillon was always so close and stuff like that. But now since you finally get it, and what is the feeling that you got to see? I mean, your family wasn't always here, but now your family is. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot more, especially in this life of a chair. You know, you always feel alone. You always feel like you're secluded, like nobody can relate to you. So to have people here to support me, it's everything. It's everything to have people there. You look out and you get to see people there for you. You know, so again, 3 years going solo, and now this year I have everyone to watch me win it, and it means that much more.
Yeah, and you're phenomenal. But a lot of people may not know your backstory. Like, what happened? Why are you in a wheelchair?
Well, real briefly, in 2014, right after the Air Force, I was ran over by a car on my motorcycle, left me a T4 paraplegic. That was in 2014, followed by another accident in 2017. I was hit by a drunk driver, broke my C2, bilateral femur, right knee, and left ankle, and that's my total of injuries there. It's been a rough couple of years.
It's crazy. So, do you work with a coach, or do you have a training partner? Or?
I do not. I do the gym solo, diet solo, everything solo, posing solo. So, but I am excited to hopefully work with my new friend here and get started here for the Olympia, get started for these pro competitions. I'm stoked.
So, you're about to go splurge on something. What is the diet like? What is the cheat meal that you have in mind?
Shoot, if I had to be honest, it's a bunch of candy. I'm a candy guy. You know, if people had to do burgers and fries and shakes, I'm gonna go get me some High Chews and Kit Kats and put on that Netflix, kick my feet up, and call it a day. You know, get back on that plane tomorrow.
Well, definitely. Well, you heard it first for your new IFBB Pro wheelchair. He just got done winning the overall in the complete category. And Dillon,
thank you,
congratulations.
Sir.
Welcome
Thank you very much
to the IFBB Pro League.
Yes, sir. See you soon.
We're at the 2021 NPC Wheelchair Nationals, and I got Matthew Westerfield with me. So, Matthew, how does it feel competing again?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I love it. I really do. Going on stage and doing everything. I mean, the only thing I'm disappointed about is that it's over.
And that's what it comes down. You did phenomenal. The fans loved you, and your outlook on everything is amazing because you're one of the few athletes that is truly, it touches me, because I don't know that you're in the wheelchair. In your brain, the spinal cerebellum, it's in the brain, and it causes you to not have light in your eyes, which you go blindness.
My balance is off, like I can't balance. It's very hard for me to coordinate, and I can't really see that good. Well, I can't really see that much of anything.
Yeah, it's amazing because your attitude is so uplifting. And what's your motto? Because I heard a couple things. I want to hear from the man himself.
You may see me struggle, but you won't see me quit.
That's it. And what is it that you love about wheelchair bodybuilding?
Everything, honestly. I mean, going out on stage, just inspiring people and, motivating people to keep going. Because as long as you get up with 2 feet and a heartbeat, I love just everything about it.
And so now since the show is over, what are you craving to eat?
I'm craving to eat a hamburger.
Oh yeah. So you're big on the abs. Show everybody your abs. Show the ladies your abs. Oh yeah. Matthew. All right. Who's that remind you of? So is there somebody that you'd like to thank? Because you do phenomenal, and you got to have a team.
The first one I want to thank is God, because without him, nothing's possible. Also, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Doc. Doc, he said something that really, really inspired me. He said people come in the audience and sit down and cheer you on, to see you stand on stage. And that really touched me and inspired me.
Matthew, you did phenomenal, and just keep on doing what you do, because one day, even what's going on, you're very close to turning pro, which is your conditioning, your balance, and you're just overall total package. So Matthew, it's awesome to have you here at the 2021 NPC Wheelchair Nationals. Signing out. All right, we're at the 2021 NPC Wheelchair Nationals, and I'm here with Rory. And man, it was a close battle in the overall. So, how did it feel being so close to almost earning your IFBB Pro card?
It felt great. Definitely not a disappointment, more of a hunger, because now I really want it. So I'm coming back, and next year I'm getting it. Mark my words, I'm getting it.
You've competed multiple years, and so you packed on some size. So what did you do different for your training? Powerhouse? His nickname.
I actually came up with my own training system. It's called Books of the Bible. So, as you know, you have Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So Matthew has 28 chapters in it, Mark has 16, Luke has 24, and John has 21. So you do those reps ranges, and that's one set. And then you'll continue to add sets. On my off season, when I'm training for power, I'll do a set that way, and then I'll go up in 10-pound increments. So about maybe 5 or 6 sets. And that's the way I train. And I also get on my heavy bag and I do 2 cardio sessions. It's 16 rounds on the heavy bag, 3 minutes a round with 20 seconds of rest in between. So training for this show, I did 3 days a week, 3 times a day, 2 cardio sessions and 1 weightlifting session. So it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, you're a beast. So a lot of people may not know your story, and you were born with cerebral palsy, CP. So you were born at 1 pound and 3 ounces?
13.
13 ounces.
Still very, very small.
Tiny. So what did the doctors tell you when you were born?
Well,
not you, but
they told my mom that I wouldn't be able to see, speak, hear, talk. They said I wouldn't be able to use my left side at all. They were completely wrong about all of that, because God is good.
Yes.
So
God is good.
I've been able to accomplish a lot outside of the sport of bodybuilding. I work as a wellness coach by profession, but I have a master's in personal training, a master's in health and wellness. I'm a certified metabolic conditioning coach, a nutritionist, and an herbalist. So that's what I do for a living. So I'm well vested in this entire fitness industry, not just bodybuilding. It's something I love. I started lifting when I was 10. I started seriously lifting when I got to high school. I was about 14, 15. But I've been doing it for a long time. I'm 32 years old now, so that muscle and that size, it took some time to put on, but we definitely put it on. This year, I put on about 10 to 15 pounds of muscle while getting lean, so that was great, right?
Keep in mind, at birth, 1 pound, 13 ounces. The doctors didn't think he was gonna walk, speak, see, use his left side. He beat all odds, and then he did powerlifting. You did powerlifting, right?
Yes, I did. I am a former 3-time world powerlifting champion in the power curl. I actually still hold the record. I curled 225 pounds I was 114 body weight at the time. So basically it's an up and down. So you take it from your lap and go all the way up. So basically I curled more than my torso. I still hold that record. I hold 3 national championships as well. I'm also a former natural Mr. Olympia bodybuilding champion. So the goal is to be here in the NPC and get that Olympia title, which I'm coming for it. I'm definitely coming for it.
So how's it feel competing on the stage with the other guys? How does it feel?
It feels great, man. Everybody here is they're amazing people, you know. Everybody's friendly, everybody's informational, everybody is helpful, extremely helpful. And it's a great atmosphere to be around.
So, if there's people that want to get involved in the sport, what advice would you give them to say, join Wheelchair Bodybuilding?
You know what? Just come out and just do it, man. And, you know, train hard, keep training, and stay focused, and you'll get there. Sometimes you meet the mark, sometimes you don't. Last year I took second after not lifting a weight for 2 years. This year I came in first, was that close to the overall. So, you know, you keep going.
Keep on keeping on. Well, Roy, it's glad to have you out here again, and thank you for competing. And you heard it first at the 2021 NPC Wheelchair Nationals. We're at the 2021 NPC Wheelchair Nationals. I'm here with Tim Caldwell, and man, you look phenomenal on stage. So how do you feel?
I feel good. You know, for me, the reward is always trying to bring my best physique every time, and I feel like I did that. I mean, this is probably the best I've ever looked. So, you know, I didn't win the overall, but, you know, the biggest reward is that I brought my best, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, and I've been seeing you competing for a long time, and you're always like this close and stuff like that. So how does it feel like you're always this close, but then it's like you want that pro card, but you're always this close? What goes through your mind?
Oh, well, it's maddening, to be honest with you, because, I mean, you're so close.
Poking the bear.
Yeah, don't poke the bear, right? But, nah, man, you know, it's just enough to make me, on Monday, get back in the gym and just go at it again, and just know that I got to be a little bit better next time. And so it's just going to motivate me to keep hitting it hard, and next time I got to be a little bit better. So I just got to make sure that's what I'm focused on.
So when you're on the stage, like, what is it about the stage that you love so much? Because like you competed a lot.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, that's you're putting all that hard work on display, you know, and it's like you're in front of all the people and all that, but it's really like, this is what I did all that work for, and you're showing it off, and to me it's kind of like an art form, right? Like, this is my body is a form of art, and this is how I display it up on stage. So it's just the culmination of all the hard work, and you know, that's what I present out there. So
yeah, and your posing is graceful. So, you know, is there anybody that you train with? Because you know, and like, is there like a coach, the diet, nutrition?
Yeah, I got a coach, Justin Horrell. He was new this year. I moved to Arizona, and I wanted to find someone local. He's been great. He coaches a lot of pros, and he's been awesome. I mean, he really got me into my best shape ever. But, you know, if I think about over the years, I mean, I've been competing for 10 years now. And if I go all the way back to when I finished my college wheelchair basketball career, I went to UT Arlington, and I was in Arlington, Texas, which turns out to be where Metroflex Gym is, the original.
Oh yeah.
So
Ronnie's gym.
Ronnie's gym.
Oh
yes.
yeah, Brian Dobson.
Yep, Brian got me started, man. He gave me my first trainer, and I trained in Metroflex Gym, and dude, that's the hardest I have ever trained in my entire life.
Yeah.
They do it on a whole different level, so that really set me off, and I've been training that way ever since, or I try, you know, every time I'm in the gym. So that's some of my fondest memories is being in Metroflex. Just Ronnie's over there, Branch Warren's over there. You're like, holy crap, this is crazy.
Yeah,
so
some beasts in there and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So Nelson, the show's over. Is there a specific cheat meal that you're craving? Ice cream, candies?
Well, I'm a pizza guy, pizza and wings.
What type of pizza? Let's go details.
Details.
Cheese, Hawaiian?
Hawaiian, yeah, I can do some Hawaiian. You know, some hot wings. In the morning, I'll probably get some pancakes.
No.
You know, then after that, I don't like going overboard. You know, I've done that. And I've made that mistake enough times where you like cheat for a whole week, and that's just not good. So I get it out of my system, and then like I said, Monday it's time to get back after it and start focusing on 2022.
Definitely. Tim, you look phenomenal, and congratulations again.
Appreciate it.
Definitely.
Thanks, man.
We're at the 2021 NPC Wheelchair Nationals, and I'm here with Xavier Vazquez. So, now this was your first show, and you know, you were that close from getting the overall. So how did it feel competing for the first time?
Oh, honestly, it was a great experience, man. Like, it was something that I've never experienced before, and it's an experience that I want to keep having for the rest of my life. Honestly, this is what I like to do. This is what I want to do, and obviously, I want to get to the pro level. But to me, it's more of just enjoying the whole process, you know, getting on prep and meeting people. You know, you meet so much amazing people who have so many stories that motivate you, not only to do better in the bodybuilding, you know, world, but as a person.
Yeah, you did phenomenal. You look phenomenal. And I saw that, you know, you got a higher injury.
Right.
So a lot of people may not know your story. So what happened? Why are you in a wheelchair?
So January 3rd, 2011, I was at a soccer game after, it was a soccer game for school. And there was pretty much it was a whole drama with this guy who kept passing by just screaming stuff at me. And obviously being 15, I didn't think right, you know, I was immature, I made dumb decisions. And I made the decision of telling him to meet at a park so we can, you know, solve it out, pretty much fight. And he agreed. Obviously, he already had a plan, you know. So once we got to the park, everything was pretty much set up, you know. There was so many cars, so many people that knew him, that had his back. And whenever we got there and I got down from my truck, we started fighting. And that's when one of my friends screamed, and he's like, hey, Xavier, he's like, guns. And I turned around. And right when I turned around, I see his face and I see that he's pulling out a gun and he's pointing at my head. So all I remember was that I turned around and I covered my neck, thinking the worst, you know? And I dropped. I didn't feel the gunshot or anything. I did feel the gunshot on my leg, but I didn't feel the one on my back. So when I was on the floor, my friends kept telling me, like, get up, you know, like, let's go. And I remember telling my friend, I'm like, dude, I can't move my legs. Like, get me up. I can't stand up. And he thought that I was kidding. He's like, man, he's like, you just knocked out. He's like, get up. And I was like, dude, I can't get up. I don't feel my legs. Like, can you please get me on the car? They put me in the car and they were driving me to the hospital. The hospital wasn't too far from where we were at. And even still, when I was in the car, they were still shooting at the car. You would hear the bullets hitting the car. And maybe like 2 minutes before we got to the hospital, I had to tell him, you know what, like, pull over, dude, I can't breathe anymore. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't take a whole breath. And I didn't know that I was shot on my back, you know, I didn't know that I had a big gunshot wound in my back until I was in the ambulance. That's when the paramedic, he kind of like stood me up just to put patches on my back. So, you know, like just the typical patches that they put to like your pressure and all that. And when he went back, his fingers went inside my spine. That's how big my hole was. I got shot with the 45 caliber bullet expandable, meaning it shattered everything. It made a huge hole on me. I have fragments everywhere inside my body.
So when he shot you in the back, where did it hit you? Like what part of your back? The upper?
My upper, so it was T5, T6.
So T5, T6. So
yeah, pretty much like right here.
About right there.
But obviously through the back, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, it's a little harder to get ab movement. You know, I have contractions. But we still get it done, you know?
I know.
We gotta put in the work.
So when he shot you, how close was he? Because like...
He wasn't far, man. Like, I can see his face clearly, you know? Like, I saw him. He was maybe like a couple of feet away.
So, that was not funny to talk about.
Yeah,
so, what went through your mind when he pulled a gun? Like, when you saw the gun, what was, I mean...
I honestly, I saw his face, and he had this face of like, in a way, he was like happy to do it, you know? Like, he had a face of like, you're done. So I remember it was like, I'm gonna cover my hands. It's like my hands is gonna cover, like it's gonna do something, you know. But at least I covered my head, you know. At least it didn't hit my head. So I guess covering my head, there's something good, right? It distracted him from hitting my head.
So the biggest question now is, do you still hate that guy, or have you forgive him, or do you have some sort of grudge toward him?
No, not at all, because I've learned that people make decisions, and sometimes it's not the right decision. Sometimes the person who made that decision, you know, is going through things in life. And I've never thought about karma. I've never thought about wishing anyone the worst, just because I don't want to wish anything negative towards someone. You know, even though he did that to me and he left me in this position, but from him leaving me in this position has made me the person that I am now. It has made me a person stronger, not physically, but mentally. You know, I think different now. I see life in a different perspective. I see life as a positive thing. You know, I love living life, you know. Life's amazing, you know. Life is whatever you make it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to mentor him to be the next keynote speaker. You see this? Can like see the direction where we're going? Yeah. So the twist is, because we got deep. So, you know, what words of advice, since this is your first show competing in wheelchair bodybuilding, what advice would you give somebody to, you know, face the fears, actually get up and compete?
Obviously, to go up on stage and enjoy it. You know, obviously work hard, feel confident up there, and win or lose, enjoy the experience. You know, enjoy the whole process of it. Enjoy the people who you're competing with, but mostly be fair to the people that you're competing with. You know, if you lose it, take it as an experience, learn, don't be what's called a sore loser, you know?
Exactly.
We have to stay positive. We're all competing against each other. Obviously, someone's going to lose, you know? We have to pick a winner.
Exactly.
So we have to just be positive, you know? And we have to love what we do. And we have to be positive, win or lose.
Exactly. Well, Xavier, congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank
You're
you so
close.
much.
You're like
Yes,
this
sir.
close.
Yes,
because
sir.
that's going to be one of your future IFBB pros.
There you
and
go.
you're at it first.
Yeah, you
Signing
got to remember
out.
the name, okay?
That's right.